Well, we've had our Scout Lite A-liner for about a month, almost 2 months now, month and a half. And we've had it out several times. I took it out this last weekend for the solar eclipse. And so some things we've been figuring out as we go along, some mods we've added to it. So just a few things. I did add, I have a video about when we added this box here on the front. So if you look over in here, I'll probably put a link for that. And you can check that out if you're interested in that. A lot of people can voice concerns about the battery box being inside of here. You don't want a tight box. This box here doesn't have any kind of seal or anything. It has holes in the bottom. And I don't put anything in here but stuff that's outside anyway. If you put something in there that might corrode, you know, the acid from the battery might do that. I'm just using, like, say, the hoses and the lines. It hasn't been an issue yet, so I think it's going to be okay. One thing I did purchase was this safe surge guard. Pretty pricey. This was for I think it's for a 30 amp. And it gives you lights here. It tells you if you have a good ground and everything where you're going. So that worked out pretty good. I think it was Amazon was about I want to say it's about $40, $50. But it's better than tearing up the inside circuits of your camper. So I haven't used that yet, but that's one thing I've got. Another thing I got was this little piece right here that basically you take your plug. It will corrode if you allow water to get in there, and I've been told that that's not good, so bought this little plug from Camper Place and just screwed it into my box. Another mod I did was the Jackie Up, which is this piece here. It's about $50, but it's really worth it when you're trying to fight that wheel when you have uneven surfaces. So that's something we did. Moving on around, we swapped out this bulb here for an LED. A little bit pricey. It's $20 for 2 of these. Just go to your automobile place, take that light out, and you can check it out. What it does is, I don't know what the original draw is, probably about, I don't know, maybe 4 to 7 watts, but this one's only 1.5 watts. So if you're going boondocking and you're going to use that light, you might want to use something that uses a little bit less voltage. Now, I'm not going to worry about my outside lights because these are the ones that are run from when it's plugged into the car. Moving on around, one thing I did add here was a little piece of Velcro on this door. You can see it right here. That hooks in a little bit with that, and then when this piece comes off, I'm going to have another piece of Velcro on the air conditioner. Just gives that door a little bit of snag, that way it doesn't drift and fall shut whenever you're doing some stuff. Moving on inside, LL Bean makes this really nice mat. It's called a Water Hog, and it's designed to soak up water. It has a rubber backing. They say you can pour a whole gallon of water in that and it won't go through. So we've had a couple of those in our house, and we bought one that fit perfect right in through here. So moving on in, we have decided that we're going to have a 2-bed configuration in this Scout Lite. This is the bunk on this side here, and this is normally the table on this side. And we've decided that we're just going to not do that table at all. We're just went ahead and pulled it out. Use this area down below for storage. We Velcroed those storage bins down on the ground. That way they won't shift around, but we're going to put our clothes in there when we go camping. So that's, I've yet to try that out, but I think it's going to work out pretty good. Back inside of here, we add the refrigerator, which again, I'll show you. If you look up here, I'll put a link for the video where I added the refrigerator and the microwave over on this side. And that's just a 110. We do need to do, if it won't work, I've been trying to keep this propped open when it's running, just to let air in there. There's no ventilation in there at all, so I'm going to put some vents in, maybe a vent coming in, maybe even a vent from outside coming in. So that's just something I got to work on. Just be cautious with running that in a closed area like that. So let's see, going around, One thing we've noticed that we like is we've noticed that you got these big old lights in here, and they're just too much sometimes. So we've got a little LED lamp that we've got that we set up here just to kind of have a light, a reading light or something when we're camping. That worked out pretty good. We've completely redid the curtains. This is just a kitchen curtain that you get at Walmart. We like having the entire top open. Unless someone's way up on a hill looking down, you really just don't want to get someone's going to see in. So we like having that up. It gets a lot of light in through here. A few things we've added inside. We've added this. Basically this cigarette lighter that actually expands out to 3. I'll plug it in. I've got a little digital display for what your battery voltage is, and it also has USB, has 3 USBs on there. Keep that unplugged when it's sitting here at the house, because that will gradually run the battery down. Again, number 110, we've added a surge protector here, more plugs, run a cord around where we have access up on top. Because we have the Scout Lite, we don't have cooking inside, and we don't want cooking inside, so we have a setup where we take this table out, use a Coleman stove out there. We have a plug set up here that we can hook up to it outside, and then underneath we have toaster and a Keurig, and then we put that out there for those purposes there. Let's see, I think that's about all we got for now. Like I say, we're gradually getting this down. We're going to go on a nice camping trip. We may go one in another couple of weeks, but at the very least we got a camping trip at the end of actually the first or second week in October. We're going to go down to a camping area for 2 nights in Indiana. So that's about all I got for now. And one other thing I posted here is you have this voltage meter here you can get, and it tells you when you drop below that 50% mark, and you just want to make sure you never drop your battery down below that, because it'll zap that battery. So that's one thing you want to keep an eye on if you're boondocking. This one doesn't have a lot running off electricity, just a fantastic fan, a few lights, so it should last several nights on a full charge. We'll see how that works out. That's about all I've got for now. So if you think of something else, let me know in the comment section.